Minecraft is back with another update and a bunch of changes has been made to the preview and beta of the game. Starting off with experimental features, the ally can now collect the same items from the world as it holds in its hand. If an ally holds an item that it got from a player, it will follow the player around. Then the ally is also able to drop items at nearby note blocks. When playing a note block near an ally, that note block becomes the ally's favorite note block for 30 seconds, and the ally will attempt to drop off items at the note block rather than the player. If an ally has an item in its inventory, it will attempt to give them to the owner. Also note that an ally will sometimes spawn in cages next to a pillager inside the woodland mansions. There is also some known issues that should be taken note of, like the ally might get stuck in a loop collecting and delivering one item from its inventory, especially when similar block types are used. But then let's move on and take a look at the Deep Dark, as some changes has been made to the Skulk, who is on the way to the game. Mojang changed the Skulk catalyst block to match recent redesign. The first change is a mysterious soul emitting block that blooms when a mob die within an 8 block radius. Then mobs that perish in the presence of the catalyst will not drop their experience, and instead a bubbling charge will be created in the place that the mob perish. This change from the mob will also spread through the Skulk vein and the Skulk blocks in random directions until they find a valid substrain that they can convert into Skulk. The value of the charge is directly proportional to the amount of XP the perished mob would have dropped, and each time the block is converted into Skulk, it will remove one value from that charge. This charge in the Skulk block and the Skulk veins will eventually decay, but it will decay much slower in the close vicinity of the Skulk catalyst and much faster away from the host. If the charge decay 4 blocks away from the catalyst, it will have a chance to grow a Skulk sensor or a Skulk screaker. Charges and their value also merge when they move to the same position. Then they also made changes to Skulk sensors to be at parity with Java Edition. They now make no activation sound when waterlogged. Then moving on to the darkness effect, this new mob effect is unique to the Warden and the Skulk Shrieker and will afflict players with the effect when nearby. It lowers the gamma down to the equivalent of Moody while having this effect activated. Periodic pulses will lower the overall brightness of the world so that the darkness creeps up against the light sources when the Warden is around. Torches will be more important than ever. Then moving on to features and bug fixes, there will now be an updated touch control. It will enable the preview of a new touch control scheme for players on mobile devices. This can be enabled by navigating to settings, touch, and enabling the touch control schemes. Changes are also being made to gameplay, and the first change is spawning logic for iron golems and cats to make it easier for them to spawn in roofed areas like underground villages. Then scaffolding can no longer be placed within support on Y = 0. Lastly, fire that exists before the fire tick game rule is enabled will continue to spread again. For vanilla parity, skulkers now have the chance to spawn another skulker when hit by a skulker projectile. Then also when a mob picks up an item, the item can be seen slightly pulled towards the mob right as they pick it up. This matches the behavior of the Java Edition. Blaze Fireball will deal knockback on impact, and the acacia tree now grows leaves on every branch below Y = 0. Moving on to blocks, Glow Lesion will no longer generate hanging in the air inside Stronghold. Glow Lesion now correctly checks for the face of the block they attach to be full. Also, Glow Lesion can now be attached to leaves and blocks such as Glow Lesion, torches, and redstone can no longer be placed on or attached to brewing stands. Blocks such as torches and redstone can now be placed on or attached to trap doors. For commands, issues has been fixed where it affects players in all dimensions. For graphical changes, a lightning bug where light level 1 incorrectly drops to 0 when placing blocks in light level 1 with multiple light sources has now been fixed. Also, skulk sensors and magma blocks are now visible in the darkness. Then for items, observers place facing double chests no longer sends out a redstone pulse when reloading or re-entering a chunk. Fixes was also made to the user interface. They fixed a bug where the invite button was disabled incorrectly for clients and added C templates to the advanced tab in the new create screen. Villagers are also no longer able to trade while on fire. Those are the latest updates being worked on right now.